What's going on? I just got back from Texas Raptor runs a couple days ago, and while I was there, I picked up a 5-star tune since they were there and installing them. And I just wanted to talk through the differences and what I feel in the Bronco Raptor, since I don't think a whole lot of people have them yet. There might only be one or two. I'm definitely not an expert on these tunes, and if you have any specific questions, I'll try to answer them, but more than likely 5-star tuning is going to be the ones that are going to answer the questions for you. As far as my Bronco Raptor, I have an S&B cold air intake, and that is the only thing moderately performance-wise I have. So I don't have a intercooler, I don't have an exhaust or downpipes or anything yet, so just that air intake is all I got. 5-star saying you get about 100 horsepower to the wheels, and then as far as other data like dyno results and 0 to 60, I don't have that yet either, so I'm just going to talk through how it feels shifting wise, power wise, pros and cons, stuff like that. I'll try to answer any how they did it and FAQs at the end, but again, they're the experts there. I'm just a dude who bought it. Starting off with perceived cons of it, the first thing is it is $2,000, which is pretty expensive. Half that price is just buying a new ECM that they're going to install, and the other half is the tune, which brings me to the second con, which is the ECM swap. So I know that makes a lot of people uncomfortable with the warranty and then changing out the factory control module. The warranty, I don't really see an issue with myself, because if I'm gonna tune my Bronco how I want to, I'm probably gonna be voiding a warranty anyway, or if I find a good dealer, they're not gonna care either way. So pick and choose what you want there. If you are really concerned about your warranty, I would say your best bet is gonna be to get a Whipple tune or the Ford Performance whenever that comes out. Other thing that is a little bit interesting is that now when you go into drive, you'll see the gear color changes to orange always. So previously it was when you just downshift or go into manual shifting mode, it would turn orange, but now it's always orange as if you're manually shifting, which is kind of a pro and a con. The con to that is if you do downshift and go to manual shifting, you won't be able to tell that you are in manual shifting, or when it goes back to automatic shifting. The pro that I've kind of liked about it is when I get into my Bronco, the only thing that I can tell is different interior that I have a tune is the shift number. So that number is kind of like a fun reminder to me, like, oh yeah, I got it, and it's a little bit different, but it is kind of annoying. So kind of a con there. The other thing being miles per gallon, you're definitely gonna get less miles per gallon in the city. Just with the more sensitive throttle response, you're gonna find that the normal mode kind of feels like a sport mode now. So the old Ford OEM normal drive mode is kind of like an eco mode compared to this, at least in the city. On the highway, I think it's gonna be about the same anyway. Getting into the off-road aspects of it. So when I was at Texas Raptor runs, I did about 5 or 6 laps with the tune. I was in Baja mode in full high the entire time. Obviously traction control and advanced track off, and it is exponentially better than it was before. Just a couple weeks prior, I was in Moab and I was in Baja mode, the same thing for almost the entire time. And my biggest complaint with the stock Baja mode is it really likes to just hang on the gears and hold them about 5,500 RPM. And then when you lift to try to slow down, it'll shift and lurch the car forward for a second before it actually starts slowing down. And then the sound of it too, after just an hour or 2 hours of driving in Baja mode, the drone of the 5,500 RPM is just annoying, really. So what they did is they managed to shift points a lot better to where it makes more sense. You're still holding a higher RPM, but it's a more consistent power response and kind of what you'd expect when you want to slow down and speed up. You don't feel really any pause in power. So when I hit the gas, it's almost immediate power and you can feel it almost immediately. So you can absolutely tell that when you see a straightaway or you're coming through a turn and you want to give the Bronco power, it goes way faster and it goes faster. So it is night and day difference. I actually took a Bronco Raptor owner with me who was on the fence about it, and he wanted to see, and he got out of the Bronco after that lap and ran straight to the 5-star tent and got it right away, because he was blown away with how much faster it actually goes. Going around the course a couple times, I got a little bit better with it, but the best part is that you don't need to anticipate shifts, and you don't need to guess when it's going to downshift or upshift. It actually just makes kind of sense. So whenever you hit the pedal, it goes. When you lift the pedal, it downshifts, and I just felt like it was a lot more intuitive and it was a lot more consistent. All right, onto the street stuff. So kind of talked about it a little bit before, but normal mode is kind of like sport mode now, so it feels very, very sporty in normal mode. Now when I hit the gas, it immediately downshifts and immediately goes. It is basically what people wanted sport mode to be in the OEM load file again. The sport mode is still very aggressive and kind of mirrors the OEM sport mode in the downshifting, so it does still do semi-aggressive downshifting, nowhere near as aggressive as the OEM one, but realize that the sport mode is almost not even required now. I just leave it on normal mode now versus before I used to have it in sport mode. Other little things I noticed is that the auto stop button just doesn't do anything anymore, so there's no light behind it. It's kind of like a dead button now, which is amazing. I freaking hated that and didn't want to spend any money getting rid of it. So I'm glad the tune just did that. I didn't even think about it until afterwards. The other thing is force scan still works, so I got the tune installed, and then afterwards I had my Bambi lights turned off, double honk turned off, tire side changed, all that. It still works after the tune, so no issues there. The last thing is I got the tune at like 1,500 feet above sea level, and then I drove it to just over 9,000 feet above sea level, and then I live at 4,600 feet, and the tune works just fine throughout all that. So I didn't notice anything crazy between when I got it in Texas. And cool. As far as frequently asked questions stuff or stuff that I learned just talking to them, that $2,000 means that 5-Star is going to send you a brand new ECM. You swap it with your OEM one. So I still have my OEM ECM just sitting at my house if I ever need to put it back in. But now I have a cracked one in my car. So what they do is they take the cracked one that's down in your car. You need somebody with FDRS like Texas Motor Works or a tuner near you, whatever, that can load the standard Bronco load file, I guess, on it. And then with that, you can then upload the 5-Star tune. They send you the tune in a file and then send you the connection wire for your car. You plug it into your PC, you download the file, you plug it into your Bronco, you upload the file, and then you have the 5-Star tune. That makes it easier too, where if you get mods later, like if I get an intercooler and downpipes, I'll email them the load file I currently have, they'll tweak a little bit, send it back, and then I can just upload the new one. It also means that your car has no downtime, so once you get the ECM from 5-Star and you swap it out, which takes about 10 to 15 minutes, they load the Bronco file on it, you're good to go. So you don't need to sit and wait for the tune, for them to send you a tune. You can drive your car immediately once you swap out the ECM. Some FAQ stuff. The warranty we kind of already covered, so if it's going to be covered in a warranty, it really depends on the dealer and if they're going to notice. I find it hard to believe that a dealer would notice you have a tune on this, but you know, if you blow the engine or something, I could see that being an issue. But then again, you do have the OEM ECM if you need it, so I don't know. For types of gas, I got it tuned for 91. You can get 93, you can get E85. I'm in New Mexico where I don't have any better than 91, and you can always change that via just asking them, and they can switch the tune. Sweet. For any other questions, you can ask me and I'll do my best to answer them. I do really, really like this tune. It makes the Bronco handle so much better. It's way more intuitive. I know some people are nervous about that ECM swap, but I don't honestly see any issue with it. The car handles great. I'm losing, basically chirping my wheels in first, second, and third gear just in normal mode now if I really hit the gas. The throttle response is way better. Yeah, I only have good things to say about it. I really tried to come up with some good cons, but I don't have a whole lot other than what I already said. So yeah, I'll answer whatever questions you have. More than likely, I'll tell you to go talk to 5-Star because I am not an expert in it. I just really fucking love it.